Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I am going to talk to you about how you can beat the 3-1-1 press basketball defense. So hello everyone, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training. If you're new to this channel, on this channel I show you basketball plays, drills, and skills. So if you like that stuff, hit that like button and subscribe. But anyways, today I'm going to talk to you about how you can beat the 3-1-1 press defense. I'm going to go over some strategies that you can use in the half-court game as well as the full-court game as well. So, basically the idea behind breaking a press defense is passing. Making sure that you're not just going up the sidelines, but that you're able to pass from one side of the court to get around to the other side of the court, because passing is a lot faster than players running on the court. That's why passing is better, because, well, there's lots of more open opportunities when you pass the ball. Let me show you what I mean, and let's get down to some strategies as well. So let's go down to the clipboard and let's check out these basketball strategies and plays. Okay, so as we see here, we have the 3-1-1 press. And in the red team, we have the offense. So, by passing the ball around this way, so let's say the ball was way over here. And then we had player 1 in, player 3 in, and now we have player 1 and 2. They're pressing this player to go over to this corner. I don't know why it's giving me a dotted line, but that's just what's happening. And then player 3 would be here. By passing the ball around and then getting the ball up to player 5 quickly, we can now have the ability to get it past that press and we can set up our offense. So by bringing the basketball over to one side and reversing it, you're able to get the ball past half quite quickly, and this is one of the strategies that you can use to beat this press, and pretty well every single press in basketball. Now, some strategies and some plays behind it. So let's get these players back to where they were. And what we're going to do is have player 2 or player 1, it doesn't matter, one of them is going to get that ball. Player 2, whoever doesn't get that ball, is going to go up this side of the court. Player 3 is going to go up the middle. And then we're going to have player 1 going up the side. Remember, staying inside of the volleyball court, which is generally right there. We don't want to go straight up the sidelines because that's trapping territory. That's going to bring player 1 and 2 over, player 3 blue over to the middle of the court. Now, it doesn't matter if he gets past here. If it's a full court press, it's pretty well getting picked up right at the free throw line. If it's a little bit farther down, it doesn't matter. This play is still going to work. And what we're going to have is, in this play, it doesn't matter where these players are, we're going to have player 4 setting a screen on player 4 blue right here. And we're going to have player 5 using that screen and popping out to this side of the court where he's going to receive that ball. Meanwhile, we're going to be having player 2 cutting down the court, and player 5 has the option to either wait and set up the offense with player 1 or player 2 over here, or what he could do is he could drive towards the rim. Player 4 could be rolling and going towards the rim as well, or he could be just popping. And player 2, because he's coming down this sideline, we now have a possible 2-on-1. So if this is going to happen, you're all set. It's always great to get easy points off of a team that's pressing. But if this is totally covered, if player 3 was following and this is totally covered, just wait for player 1, wait for them to set up into their defense, and then set up your offense. But always try to attack that rim. I always teach my players to attack the rim if the other team is trying to press us. That way, if we can get some quick 2-on-1 points, that way they will stop their press because their press is not working. And if the team is not pressing us, that just makes our life easier to get it past half and set up our offense. Now, in this next play, this is for a 3-1-1 that is a total full court press. We're going to have player 1 set a screen for player 2, which is generally screening for the middle player on the press. Player 2 is going to pop down towards the middle of the key. He's going to get that ball. The next thing that's going to happen, obviously player 1 is going to try and break free. And when that happens, we're going to be having player 1 breaking out towards the center of the court. The reason why we're having that is either this could be reversed back to player 3, who could get the ball to the middle of the court, or this could be a pass quickly to the middle of the court. Either way, we want player 1 getting that ball in the center of the court. If he's not getting the ball in the center of the court, let's say player 4 moved up, and now we have the defense moving in like this. Well, look at who's open. This is a very weak defense when it comes to longer passes, because player 5 could be covering player 4, but then this is just a long lob pass to player 5 for a layup. So what this defense is really used for in the full court is to pressure the defense so that they cannot inbound the ball. So what we're going to do here instead, I just wanted to show you that. What we're going to do instead is have player 1 still screening for this player. This is if you want to have basically at the end of the game, let's say they're running this press and you want to have a quick layup down on this end of the court. I almost said field. I run a football channel as well. It's called Football Coach Allen. But player 4 is going to set a screen here. Player 5 is going to use that screen. You're going to be gunning this ball down. You could even set up your three-point shooter here too. So quite literally, you could have your center here. You could have your shooter here, and same play is going to happen. Player 2 is going to get it for the three-point shot. Or he could go in for the layup, or this could be a screen and roll. Depending on how much time you have left on the clock, there's a few different options there. But this play is if you're near the end of the game and they're full court pressing you in the 3-1-1, which is not a great idea to do if they're trying to do that in the middle of a game. But if there's like 3 seconds left, it's totally worth it. But there are many ways to beat it. Now, one more way you can beat it, I'm going to show you the half court. So basically, these players are going to be within 1 foot of the half court line. This player is going to be kind of somewhere around the 3-point line key area, and player 5 is protecting the key. So if it's a good defense that they're running, if they could be totally playing weak and playing up top, but if they're playing a tight half court press, these two players, doesn't matter which one who gets it, whichever side they want to go up. All of what needs to be done is player 1 needs to rush in between that break, which means that they're going to close up on them. And then what we'll have is player 5, we have 2 different options. Player 5 could screen for player 4, which I showed you earlier. Or if you've ran that one a few times, what you can have now is instead player 4 setting a screen for player 3, player 5 setting a screen for player 4, because now player 4 is going to try and fight through him because of what has happened before if you ran that play before. And now what you can have done is player 3 can go up the middle, player 2 is going to go up this side, and now what's going to happen is we can either have player 1 just skipping it over to player 2, which is an option, or he could pass to player 3 who can go up the middle where now this is going to collapse on him, and now he can get it to player 2 who's going to go in for a possible 2-on-1, or for a shot, or he could set up the offense, one or the other. But these are all possible options against the 3-1-1 press. Now, as you can see, the 3-1-1 isn't exactly the most best defense to run in a full court setting because there's many different ways of beating it. However, if you're going against the 3-1-1 at the half court line, at the half court press, this is a very doable defense. It is a very strong defense, but it will only work maybe 2 or 3 times if the coach sees what you're playing, which is what these strategies are for. So if you're a coach seeing the other team running a 3-1-1, call a timeout, run one of these plays, and you're going to be all set for the rest of the game. And everything will be great because you're going to win, especially if the other team doesn't switch out of the 3-1-1. You're going to have lots of 2-on-1 opportunities. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe. This is the type of defense that is used near the end of some games, but I hope that you have enjoyed. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do post individual skills training. I am live streaming for any kind of questions and answers that you guys want every once in a while. And then every single day I am posting new videos. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another daily basketball video.